don't know what to say at this moment. Maybe I just read a book. Have you heard about skimming? I don't know what skimming is. So I'm about to read this chapter, Man in the Car, Man in the Car Paradox. No one is impressed with your possession as much as you are. Basically, what I'm getting from this chapter is when you are looking at someone's car and you feel wanted to get it, it's not the car that you want, but the feeling of how let me read the book. The best part of being valet is getting to drive some of the coolest car to ever touch pavement. Guests came in driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royce, the whole aristocratic fleet. I don't know what that means. Aristocratic fleet? It was my dream to have one of these cars of my own because I thought they send such a strong signal to others that you made it. You're smart, you're rich, you have taste, you're important. Look at me. That's the cigar. It's burning something. The irony that I rarely, if ever, look at them, the driver. When you see someone driving a nice car, you rarely think, wow, the guy driving that car is cool. Instead, you think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I'm cool. That's the main point of this chapter. So if you look at Ferraris, you don't amazed by the driver or the owner of that car, but the feeling of owning that car is what impresses you. You get it? So this chapter also explains the paradox. People tend to want wealth to signal to others that they should be liked or and admired. But in reality, but in reality, those other people often bypass admiring you. Not because just they don't think wealth is admirable, but because they use your wealth as a benchmark for their own desire to be liked or admired. I'm a slow reader, and sometimes I don't get what I'm reading, so I need to read it back. But I get this point. This chapter only has one page, so I think this is the easiest for me to read. The letter I wrote after my son was born said, "You might think you want expensive car, a fancy watch and huge house, but I'm telling you, you don't. What you want is respect and admiration from other people." There's something in my ashtray that keep burning. I don't know. What you want is respect and admiration from other people. So you don't want the thing, you don't want the house, you don't really want the fancy car. What basically you wanted is respect and admirable to people, which just makes you happy. But I think we can be happy now without getting without getting any of that any of that. By the way, I'm gonna record myself 20 minutes every day, so I had something to do. I'm unemployed. I had a little debt I need to pay, but I don't have any income right now, so this is what I do. And also I'll make this video for
kenal siapa?
Mama tuh pakai AI.
Kan kalian garis emang. Lihatlah mamamu. Mama perasaan gak balak kan orang yang tuh ya.
AI mah tuh dah gitu. Mana coba lihat lagi.
Apa yang samanya? Kamu liatin ke siapa itu?
It's my mom. Bikin ngerekam we.
Kamu punya apa gitu yang aneh?
Huh? At least I have mom. She's very lovely. She's very caring. He said he want a cake, castengel cake, which is cake, and the inside of the cake is what is that? Pineapple jam, pineapple jelly. Okay, let's continue. I learned that as a valet when I began thinking about all the people driving off the hotel in their Ferraris, watching me gawk. What is gawk? Is that like the feeling? People must gawk everywhere they went, and I'm sure they loved it. I'm sure they felt admired. But they, but but did they know I did not care about them? But did they know? But did they know I did but did they know I did not care about them or even notice them? Did they know I was only gawking at the car and imagine myself in the driving seats? I think people don't know it. I think people don't know what people really admire. Imagine if I'm driving a Ferrari, people look at me, and I think people just admire me and my car, but actually, what they admire is the image of themselves driving my car. Okay, did they buy a Ferrari thinking it would bring them admiration without realizing that I, and most likely others, who are impressed with the car didn't actually give them the driver a moment of thought. Moment's thought. I don't get where I'm reading, so I just gonna read that back. Did the Ferrari think? Did they? Did they? Did they buy a Ferrari thinking it would bring them admiration without realizing that I most likely and likely most others who are impressed with the car didn't even actually give them the driver a moment of thoughts. What is moment of thoughts? Does this simple idea apply to those living in the big homes? Almost certainly. Does this same idea apply to those living in a big house? Almost certainly. Jewelry and clothes, yep. My point here is not to abandon the pursuit of wealth or even fancy car. I like both. The subtle recognition that people generally aspire to be respected and admired by others, and using money to buy fancy things may bring less of it than you imagine. Hold on, I don't get it. I read it, but I don't. The word is not getting to my brain. It's always like that. I don't know. If respect and admiration are your goal, be careful how you seek it. Humility, kindness, and empathy will bring you more respect than horsepower ever will. So humility and kindness. Coba mah ini dulu mah. Panggilkan lah naon.
Gimana bang gitarnya?
Aduh. So people is borrowing guitar for. Kayak iya balikin deh kita. Habis sahur balikin lagi.
Terus?
Iya. 15 minute it is passed by. So back to that point, humility, kindness and empathy will bring more respect than horsepower you ever will. Respect. Do you think so? I don't know. We're done talking about Ferraris. Another story about the paradox of fast car in the next chapter, which is wealth is what you don't see. Spending money to show people how money you have is the fastest way to have less money. I'm Indonesian, so maybe I talk Indonesian. Maybe I will put what is that? Subtitle? Hmm. But this video I think I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm just gonna record and pause, record and pause, record and pause. Hmm. By the way, this cigar is pretty good. But I think is it YouTube allow people to smoke? I don't know. Maybe I should not smoking while recording because if YouTube don't like it, and also I I have I have a hope that maybe I get some money from this channel. So we're done. So we're done reading this chapter. So I will put it back on my bookshelf. It's not actually a bookshelf. It's just a pile of book. Pile of books. I probably I don't know. I know the concept, but sometimes I don't use it. You know when the plural things ended with S, the letter S. Sometimes I don't use it because I'm not usually use it. Here's my ID card. So I was born in 190 and 98. I'm just a fossil doing nothing. But I keep giving myself a good affirmation. So I'm wealthy, I'm happy, I'm healthy. That's the true point I always say to myself. I'm happy, I'm wealthy, and I'm healthy, and I'm happy, and I'm wealthy. So don't forget to do it to yourself too. Don't spell a bad cast. Don't cast a bad spell to yourself because that's bad. Don't do that. This present moment is only happens because what your thoughts in the past. Bye.